Outside, the world continued as if nothing was happening. Cities functioned normally. People went about their daily lives, unaware that beneath the desert, a small group of scientists was developing a technology that could change the balance of power in the entire galaxy. Security was extreme. Multiple layers of authentication, quantum encryption, and physical barriers protected the facility. No alien technology could penetrate their defenses. No single individual knew the entire project's scope. A deliberate strategy to prevent potential infiltration. Elena remembered the losses. Her brother had died during the first Keeper attack on the Mars colony. Thousands of humans had been killed without warning, entire settlements erased from existence. This project was personal. The quantum entanglement research was revolutionary. By understanding how to manipulate the fundamental connections between atomic particles, they could potentially create a weapon that worked across astronomical distances, a weapon that could make stars explode on command. Simulation complete, a computer voice announced. A holographic display showed a stunning visualization. A star's core could be manipulated, its fusion process artificially accelerated. What would normally take millions of years could now be controlled in milliseconds. Dr. Kim smiled. The Keepers believed humans were primitive. They would soon learn how wrong they were. Outside the research complex, the Atacama Desert remained silent. Harsh winds moved across empty landscapes, hiding one of humanity's most important secrets. No satellite, no alien technology could detect the facility. The team worked with a singular purpose. They were not just scientists. They were humanity's shield, its last line of defense against a civilization that saw humans as nothing more than potential slaves. "We're ready for the next phase of testing," Elena told her lead engineer. Captain Daewon Park watched the massive alien vessel drift closer to the human colony on Europa's research station. The Keepers, a ruthless interstellar civilization, had been systematically eliminating human settlements across multiple star systems for the past decade. The station's communication systems crackled with tension. Rock, the lead alien representative, appeared on the main screen. A towering creature with metallic skin and multiple eyes that seemed to shift and move independently. His voice was cold, almost mechanical. "Humans of Earth," Rock announced, "your species has reached its final evolutionary stage. You will surrender your territories, submit to our technological superiority, and become labor workers in our expanding galactic infrastructure." Daewon's hand rested casually on his command console. Around him, his crew remained silent, waiting for his response. They had lost friends, family, and entire colonies to the Keepers' relentless expansion. The colony behind them housed 12,000 researchers, engineers, and their families. Children played in controlled environment domes. Scientists worked on critical research projects that could potentially change human understanding of interstellar travel. All of them were now under direct threat. Rock continued his ultimatum. "You have 3 standard solar cycles to comply. Resistance means total extinction." Captain Park knew this moment would define humanity's future. The Keepers had destroyed multiple human colonies, believing humans were a primitive species unworthy of galactic consideration. They had technological weapons that could obliterate entire planetary systems in minutes. But humans had something the Keepers didn't understand: adaptability and an unprecedented survival instinct. "We do not accept your terms," Daewon responded, his voice steady and clear. "Humanity will determine its own destiny." The alien's multiple eyes narrowed. A low, rumbling sound emerged from its communication systems, something between a laugh and a threat. "Your defiance is meaningless," Rock said. "We have conquered civilizations far more advanced than yours. Your technological capabilities are insignificant compared to our galactic network." Daewon's second-in-command, Lieutenant Elena Rodriguez, whispered something in his ear. A subtle plan was forming, a strategy that would surprise the Keepers and show them humanity was not just another species to be conquered. The Europa Station's defensive systems were already preparing. Quantum shields, experimental energy dispersal technologies, and hidden weapon systems were being activated silently. Years of preparation were about to be tested. Rock's image flickered, suggesting the communication was being recorded and transmitted back to the Keeper's central command. He expected submission, fear, or desperate negotiation. Instead, he received a calm, calculated response. "We reject your offer," Captain Park repeated. "Humanity stands united." The communication abruptly ended. The massive alien vessel began charging its primary weapon systems, preparing for what they believed would be a swift and total destruction of the human colony. But they didn't know what humans were truly capable of. They didn't understand the depth of human resilience, the capacity for innovation, and the unbreakable spirit that had allowed this species to survive countless challenges throughout its history. In the research labs of the Europa station, scientists were already adapting. Engineers were recalibrating defense systems. Military personnel were preparing counter-strategies that would challenge everything the Keepers understood about warfare. Captain Daewon Park looked at his crew. No fear, no panic, just determination. The first battle for humanity's future was about to begin. "Would you like me to continue with the next part, or make any adjustments to this section?" Deep beneath the Atacama Desert, a hidden research facility hummed with intense activity. Dr. Elena Kim stood before a massive holographic display, her fingers moving quickly across quantum computational interfaces. The underground complex stretched for kilometers, housing humanity's most advanced scientific minds. For years, they had been preparing a secret weapon, something the alien Keepers could never anticipate. The facility was divided into multiple sectors, each working on a different aspect of what scientists called Project Firebreak, a technology designed to manipulate stellar physics at its most fundamental level. Elena's team consisted of brilliant researchers from around the world. Physicists, engineers, mathematicians, and computational experts worked in perfect synchronization. They understood that humanity's survival depended on creating a deterrent so powerful that the Keepers would think twice before attacking. The primary research focused on quantum entanglement and stellar core manipulation. If successful, they could transform any star into a potential weapon, not just a weapon, but a cosmic bomb capable of destroying entire solar systems. "We're close," Dr. Kim muttered, reviewing complex mathematical models that danced across her screens. Her team had been working nonstop for 72 hours, surviving on coffee and determination. In another section of the facility, advanced simulations tested different scenarios of stellar destabilization. Computer systems ran millions of calculations per second, searching for the perfect method to turn a star's natural fusion process into a controlled explosive event. The facility was more than a research center. It was humanity's last hope. The engineer nodded. Years of work were about to be validated. Humanity was no longer just going to defend itself. It was going to show the Keepers that they could fight back. With technology so advanced, it would redefine the meaning of warfare. Project Firebreak was more than a weapon. It was a message, a promise. Humanity would not go quietly into the night. "Would you like me to continue with the next part, or make any adjustments to this section?" The Keepers' central command went into complete chaos. Their vast communication networks, previously thought invulnerable, had been systematically destroyed. Millions of administrators and military leaders scrambled to understand how a species they had considered insignificant could suddenly become an existential threat. Ralk, the lead representative who had initially dismissed humanity, now stood in silent shock. The quantum simulations from the human broadcast were being analyzed repeatedly. Each review confirmed the same terrifying conclusion. Humans could literally weaponize stars. Alien intelligence networks began reporting unprecedented developments. Human colonies were no longer isolated targets. They had transformed into fortified technological strongholds, each protected by advanced quantum defensive systems. Earth's unified government had done something extraordinary. They had turned an entire planet into a potential weapon system. Every research facility, every military installation, Every technological infrastructure was now part of a massive, interconnected defense network. The Keeper leadership faced an impossible choice. Retreat meant losing face in the galactic community. Attacking meant potential total annihilation. Humanity had created a deterrent so powerful that conventional warfare became impossible. Quantum communication intercepted between Keeper leadership revealed their growing panic. Phrases like unexpected technological leap and total strategic reassessment became common. Scattered alien colonies began spontaneously withdrawing from human-adjacent territories. The message was clear: no territory was worth risking total destruction. Admiral Jia Xin watched the galactic map in his command center. Colored indicators showed alien retreat patterns. Entire star systems were being abandoned. Humanity had not fired a single additional shot after their initial strike. The psychological warfare was more effective than any physical weapon. Dr. Elena Kim, who had led the underground research that made this possible, understood the deeper implications. This wasn't just about defending human territories. This was about fundamentally changing how galactic civilizations would interact in the future. Rock's final transmission to human leadership was surprisingly brief. "We acknowledge your technological superiority. Territorial negotiations will commence." Humanity had transformed from a seemingly vulnerable species to the most feared civilization in the known galaxy, not through massive military campaigns, but through pure technological innovation and strategic thinking. The Keeper Collective's decades-long belief in their own invincibility had been shattered in less than a month. Their advanced technologies, their massive fleet, their intricate communication networks, all neutralized by human ingenuity. In research facilities, military installations, and colony worlds, humans celebrated quietly. They understood that this victory was about more than defending their territories. It was about proving that innovation, determination, and unity could overcome seemingly insurmountable challenges. Captain Daewon Park, who had delivered the initial ultimatum, reflected on the journey. Humanity had been pushed to the brink of extinction. Now, they were rewriting the rules of galactic interactions. The cosmic reckoning was complete. Humanity was no longer just a species fighting for survival. They had become a technological force that would shape the future of interstellar civilization. As alien vessels began their long retreat, one thing became absolutely clear: the galaxy would never be the same again. Would you like me to make any adjustments to this final part of the story?